dancing in your halo.
Just test fitting, mocking up the headlights. They're barely on right now, still gotta connect them. But got these also from Amazon, from Part Sam, as well as we ordered a bunch of cab lights from him as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get you guys a discount code that you guys could use, as well as I got for the back of the sleeper. It is red with blue dual revolution watermelon lights. Pretty good quality, guys. I've been using this guy for already a couple of years, and so far I'm very impressed with the lights. I haven't had actually any fail on me as well. I've bought, you know, really good stuff like Grand General and Roadworks, and we've had them fail time after time, and sometimes the cheaper stuff is actually ends up lasting better. So we're gonna go ahead and remove those yellow ones, and as well as the horns on top. Cab lights very easy to replace, just held on by one Phillips. You just pop it out. The horns, basically we're gonna unscrew it and reroute the airline down to under the hood and make our own little block off plates that are gonna cover the holes. Make the block off plates for both the horns. All right, got 4 installed. Last one, forgot to mention, if you guys have these Graken 5000 housings, they have a basically a bulb holder right here. You have to notch it out a little bit, or else if you don't, you're going to be pushing it up against this wire and you're going to crimp it, and it could actually end up cutting. One of the wires on the old one was actually, they didn't do it with the previous lights, and it actually crimped the wire enough where it was exposing the wire. So yeah, just a little tip right here. There's that. All the lights are up and mounted, working good. Looks a lot better than the orange ones. Step we're doing is just unbolting this air horn over here, and we're gonna make our own, just trace it onto some stainless steel and make our own little block off plates and reroute the air hoses down. The horns removed. Easy. All we got to do is just take apart the front head panel. That's where the air lines run underneath up to the hand switch that operates the horns. So rerouting it is easy. We mount one of these under the hood, somewhere on the side of the step. That's what I did with my other W9. Basically all you need is to fill in those holes that are left over from the air horns. Just a couple aluminum brackets with 2 holes. Put some sealant on the other side. That's enough. And here's my custom little brackets. Little block off plates. Test fit them. Perfect fit. These will go on top of the cab. And these, on my other W9, I was able to relocate them straight in here. They fit perfectly, one on this side and one on the other side. Right here, but then they're sticking out on the bottom. I think the best bet would be right here, just drill 2 holes on top right there, and that way they're hidden out of the way. One on this side. All right, we got one light panel that's done. Just gotta wire it up. We already had the 5 2-inch ones that were running on the side right here. We removed those, cut half the panel off. Now we get to mount those up in there. A lot cleaner look. There it is. Air horns all deleted. We got all the clear lights up there. We got this panel mounted. Can't wait to get all the stainless steel panels over here to cover up the gaps, and it's gonna finish it off pretty good. And I am waiting for my polisher guy to send me a good date when he could come out and polish the wheels, the tanks, and these wheels. I'm not sure about yet. I might get downsized. These are 24 5s. Those are 22 5s, but these are 24 5s, and I might just go ahead and get 22 5s with low pros. Right, we finally got our leaf springs, the 1.5 Pete 389. Ready to install the air ride this week. Use the M5 Beast. Start up this thing. I haven't started it up, guys, in probably like 2 to 3 weeks, and it just needs a little bit of juice. At Right Waist Spring, awesome place if you guys are around Tacoma area. Always got these bushings in stock. So we got our 1.5 leaf springs, And for the Kenworth W9, you need the TB68 bushings, which look like this right here, for your leaf springs and the hangers if you do run the upgraded hangers. We got a lot of parts. These are the chrome steps for the 389, but over here we got the 12 gauge kit. This is for the W9 that's going on, we're doing right now. We got 4 of the 389 air leaves. 2 of them are going on the W9. So yeah, I decided to go with the 12 gauge kit again. And one thing, they actually made a couple improvements. I don't know if you guys seen my video where this plastic bottom completely cracked into pieces. They come metal now. So this ain't breaking for sure. So I definitely like that improvement. And for the 389, they actually came up with a different kit. They came up with this single shock kit. So we're going to be trying this out with leveling valves. If anybody does want these 389 air leaves, this is the aftermarket part number you guys want to look up. It's a lot cheaper. This is like 450 bucks a piece, compared to OEM is like $2,000 for both of them. So we're pushing in the new Kenworth bushings that use the screw-in pin, and the old ones, these leaf springs come with Peterbilt style bushings. This pin is just too wide, and this part is too big as well. So upgrading to the newer style brackets, leaf spring brackets, and we're pushing in the TB68 bushings as well. On this shock hole hanger M180. Well, we finally started on the 12 gauge air ride. Guys, there's a lot of videos on my channel of us installing these air rides, so I'm not going to really do a detailed install. But we already got the old leaf out. We picked up some new jack stands from Harbor Freight. 22 tons. Just to be a little bit more safe now. So what do? Unbolt the air dryer. And this bracket has to go to these 2 bolts right here. Unbolted the fuel heater. It's in our way right now. And this was where our old bracket was. So now all we got to do is measure 5.5 or 6 inches back and mount our new hanger in the back over here, which fits just perfectly right here. So there we got our old hanger and the new hanger. The old hanger, the problem is that it uses 2 bolts that bolted to the bottom of the frame. And the frame, actually, I've seen a lot of trucks start cracking. They've cracked right here, right where the 2 bolts are at. So what we did, measure 5.5 inches back, and we're gonna mount our new bracket just like this. All right, the 389 air leaf is on here. We got the new bracket mounted over here that we moved back 5.5 inches. Everything's lined up. All right, we got this whole side stripped out. Got the leaf springs out. And same thing, mark the 5.5, put our line. And the bottom 2 bolts will be at the same level as the original shock on the original leaf spring mount. 2 holes right there. There it is. We don't have the air ride on, but it's basically lowered all the way on the 1.5 leaf springs. And looking pretty good. Definitely looks a lot better when it's slammed. Looks a lot better with the 24.5s as well. Especially once I throw the low pro tires on these. Alright, we're almost ready to put the airbags on the truck. Got the airbag mounted on the bracket, and I'll show you guys, not only is this bottom cup metal, but they also added 1 more thread on the bottom, so you could actually have 2 bolts. We had the W9 that we did. Actually, the airbag kept sliding back and forth because you can't really tighten this up as much either, or else it's just gonna break. And it was sliding on this one. So having the second one is a lot better. Now it's a lot stronger. It ain't gonna go nowhere. All right, everything's hooked up now. Got all the air lines hooked up, routed. I'll lift it up.
Switch on.
Okay. Finishing up the air ride. Just got 2 shocks left. 2 shocks left to mount it up. And the air ride is done. We had to relocate the filter slightly to the side. Relocated the air dryer. All we had to do was just mount it up higher. We are getting ready to mount the 20-inch bumper that we got. This is basically, it's a blind mount, so we have to mount this inner plate. Inner plate is just held by 3 bolts on each side. And the bumper just mounts with 2 bolts on the top and 2 bolts on the bottom. There it is. Got the big bumper mounted up. 20-inch blind mount. Well, and that's it for the air ride. The 12 gauge air ride is done, complete. It definitely was quite a bit of work. I still got to get rid of this coolant heater or whatever that is. I got rid of it on the other W9. There just isn't any room to mount it after you relocate the newer bracket for the leaf hanger. So what else we had to relocate was the coolant filter. Located it. We moved it up and out of the way because the shocks got to lay down. So yeah, the shocks, everything's mounted up. Just got to button up a couple of the airlines, make them look a little bit better. But that's it, guys, for this one. 4 state trucks just let us know they shipped out all the panels, the stainless steel panels for the cab and the sleeper, as well as the hood panels that go right there on top of the hood. We're still going to leave some stainless steel panels right there, stainless steel panel right here. It's going to look a lot better once everything's on and everything's polished up. There we go, bumper's on and mounted. It's a 20-inch 12 gauge bumper. Guys, pretty much all we got left is we got to paint the hood hopefully next week. Got to get everything polished up, and we still got to get low pro tires in the front. This is 11R on 24 5s. The rest of them are 22 5s. So these are actually touching the hood right under there. It's actually touching the hood, and it's not letting the hood close all the way. That is how low this truck is. So we definitely got to change the tires. As soon as we throw on the low pros, the hood will sit down lower. It's gonna look a lot better. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.